What's up, everybody? Ben Glassman, Trout Supply Co. So, just got done using my new 1632-inch oscillating drum sander, and it's awesome. So, I was using the 1020 for a very long time, and it was a great little drum sander. It did what I needed to, but I wanted to cut down on time, increase productivity, and I needed something that could fit our larger nets more so than our smaller nets, because I was just taking up a lot of time sanding, and when we're trying to do small batch runs, you want to eliminate as much time as possible. So to give you a little bit of background on it, this net right here is the second net I have ever made. So when it comes to drum sanders, you'll start to, and if you use them quite a bit, you'll start to see a little bit of striations in the wood, and that takes a lot more time to hand sand them down. And I wanted to try to eliminate that. And so if you can see very closely, there's striations from the grain patterns all the way through to this wood. And now granted, this is the second net that I've ever made, and I didn't really take a lot of time to hand sand it, but there's just little itty bitty grit patterns that you'll see all the way through. And so when you get that in your wood, it takes quite a bit of time to hand sand it down. And so I'm trying to eliminate that. Well, with this oscillating drum sander, this is the one that I just passed through it. You'll still see some glue and everything on it, but I got to clean it all up. But you'll see there's no striations from the grain patterns whatsoever all the way through. And so overall, I mean, this thing is sweet. I highly recommend it if you're trying to do small batch runs and everything. The oscillation of just going back and forth, the drum just going back and forth in itself just helps out immensely. So I figured that from a time saving standpoint, I probably saved another 30 minutes of having to hand sand this down and trying to get all of the different striations of the grain from the sanding paper. Now, granted, I have 80-inch grit sandpaper in there. I need to take down a lot of material really, really quick. So I bring basically this from just over 3/4 of an inch down to 3/4 of an inch for our landing nets. And it just takes time, you know, and the fact that I could take one of these nets and pass it through one time per side versus having to do it 2 times per side, just cut down like about half the production time of me just utilizing the right drum sander for the right application. So overall, I mean, super happy with it. I can't wait to start using more higher grit just to see what it might look like if I could use like 220 or like 120 or 240 sanding grit paper on here and eliminate more time from having to hand sand. I mean, that just increases overall margins, profitability, and then you know, we're off to the races. So stay tuned. I'm going to be utilizing this guy some more. If you follow me, like and subscribe, do whatever you got to do to follow along. You know, looking forward to keep building out this brand and trying Trout and giving back to the community. Later.